Listen to the story brought to life with 11 Labs voice technology, The Rejected Rogue Queen. Written by Samantha Abbott. Chapter 1. I, Aiden, accept you, Janelle Rose, as my mate and Luna of the White Oak Pack. His words are like a punch to the gut, sucking all the air from my lungs. The rest of the pack hoots and howls in triumph as Janelle accepts Aiden and the pack as Luna. How? I gasp, gripping my sides. Vex, are you okay? Asks Bethany, my best friend since we were 5. This isn't right, I whisper, but she heard it. One thing that's both a blessing and a curse with shifter hearing. She's not his mate. I'm his mate. What? Vex, he isn't your mate, she says, grabbing me by the shoulders and turning me to face her. You guys have history, that's true, but he's not your mate. History, I shout, shoving her hands away. We've been dating for the past 3 years. I'm not trying to be harsh, but she's wrong. He is my mate. I'll be 18 this month, but I felt the pull toward him well before. Everyone says dating is a bad idea. You rarely end up with your mate, but this is different. I have to stop him! Turning, I shove my way through the crowd that's parted, allowing Janelle and Aiden through. Aiden! I scream. A few pack members gasp, looking at me like I've lost my mind, but I know he's my mate. Aiden! Finally breaking through the mass of people, I stumble out behind them. Janelle's eyes lock with mine, and she looks furious as she wraps her arm around Aiden's bicep. I growl, knowing if I had my first shift, I'd have shifted right then and taken her head clean off. How dare she put her arms on my mate? Enough! Aiden's voice booms over the crowd. Vex, what are you doing? I freeze. He's never looked at me like that. His eyes are cold and dark. Power radiates off him as he stares down at me. Aiden! Gasps echo through the crowd at the use of his name and not his title. Alpha! He growls, looking down at me. I suddenly feel small. You will address me as Alpha, and you will show respect to your Luna. Do you understand? This can't be happening. I glance between them. I said, do you understand? He says, moving closer. I can feel his alpha power willing me to comply, forcing my head to bow. No, I snap, standing taller. More gasps shoot through the crowd and some murmuring that I can't make out. She is not your mate. I am. You dare stake a claim on my mate, shrieks Janelle. How dare you? Aiden, I will not stand for this kind of disrespect. She needs to go. Now! Glaring at her, I turn my attention to Aiden. His eyes soften, if only for a second. I, Alpha Aiden Timberland, banish you, Vex Riverton, from the White Oak Pack. It's like a knife is plunged into my heart as I drop to my knees. I feel the bonds to the pack snap like a line holding too much weight, and I'm the weight. Remove her, Aiden says, turning, with Janelle hanging on his arm. I never want to see her again. I'm lifted off the ground from under my arms, but I'm too stunned as I'm dragged away. How could he just... What the fuck, Vex? I hear, glancing up. I'm stunned even further to see my brother is helping remove me. My brother! Have you lost your fucking mind? He snaps as I'm pulled away from the crowd. Fucking hell! Mom is going to lose her shit. Do you realize what you've done? He's my mate! I shout, finally snapping out of my shock. Put me down, right now! I can't, damn it! Our alphas just banished you! Do you realize what kind of mess you've landed yourself in? Trevor Marcus Riverton, you will put me down this instant! I growl, and to my surprise, he stops. Dude! I've got her from here, Chase, he says, turning to his friend, who was helping remove me. She can't stay, bro. You heard the alpha. She's not going to. But man, she just got thrown out. This is something I need to handle, okay? Chase sighs. Letting go, he steps back. Fine, I get it. I can probably get you an hour, but no longer. I can't ignore the alpha's command. You know my dad's the beta. I'll get in so much fucking trouble. Trevor nods, and they clasp forearms before he walks away. Ah! Shit, Vex, Trevor says, running his hand over his face. What were you thinking? He's my mate, I say, standing. How can he be your mate when he is mated to Janelle? He snaps. You were there. You saw what everyone else did. He chose her, not you. My vision blurs as I fight the lump rising in my throat. Hey, he says, grabbing my arms. Look, I understand you two have been dating for the past 3 years, but that doesn't make him your mate. But... No, let me finish, he says. You haven't even gotten your wolf yet. Trust me, okay? I know you're hurting and confused, but once you do, it'll all make sense. Tears spill down my cheeks as he pulls me into a hug. Was he really right? Was I just confused? Part of me says no, but look at the facts. He did choose her and banished me. Oh, goddess, what have I done? Now, he says, we need to figure out what to do. We'll figure it out, Bethany says, walking up and tossing a backpack at me, slinging another over her shoulder. Don't worry, I got your back, bitch. Beth, I shout, throwing my arms around her. What are you doing here? She snorts. You honestly think I'm going to watch my best friend be thrown out and stay? Do you know me at all? Pulling back, I wipe my nose on the back of my sleeve. Thank you. Right, she says, picking the backpack off the ground and handing it to me. We've got a lot of ground to cover before it gets dark. Where are you going? Trevor asks. Do you have a place you guys can stay? I do, she says, looping her arm around my shoulders. But I can't tell you, it's kind of a secret. He raises his brows. But it's safe. Yes, dork, she snorts. Safer than wandering around the woods. I'll make sure she contacts you when we get there. Okay? Fine. He sighs, looking at me. Be careful. I nod, hugging him. Tell Mom I love her. He pulls back and nods. I know he's trying to stay strong, and if he spoke, we'd both break. Fighting the tears, he walks away. Okay, let's go, Beth says, steering me towards the border. Where are we going? I ask, slinging my bag over my shoulder. To see my uncle, she says, taking the lead. Your uncle? I ask, trailing behind her. Wait, you have an uncle? Yeah, she says, glancing at me. He's a bit of a hard ass, but he'll let us stay with him. His alpha won't mind? I ask. I'm curious. Our whole friendship, she's never said she has an uncle. She laughs. He doesn't need an alpha's permission. Oh, is he one? I ask, my curiosity growing. Kind of, she says, glancing at me. Kind of? What do you mean, kind of? I ask. How can you kind of be an alpha? Well, she says, stopping and facing me. He doesn't call himself an alpha. I narrow my eyes. Okay. He prefers the title king, she says, rolling her eyes. So what? King Alpha? I laugh. That's kind of arrogant. Though I won't say it out loud, not if he is going to let us stay. She laughs and continues walking. No, more like of the rogues.